wahala, your breakthrough, idea. Welcome to the chat room.
This no be ordinary place. Now a solution they show face. LadyMary they lead the way. With guests we go blow your brain. Talk your matter make we solve 'em. No judgment, just love and wisdom. We they discuss, we they learn. Every episode you go feel the burn. Oh, the chat room. Now here we define the way. Oh, the chat room.
Oh yes,
We go talk and clear, no delay.
no delay.
Oh, it's interactive, educative, informative, and unapologetic. Oh, the chat room. We unstoppable, no be lie.
You,
Hey, the chat room. Hey, now here we define the way. We the chat room. We go talk and clear, no delay, no delay. It's interactive,
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to you, depending on what time it is that you're tuning in. My name is LadyMary Boadu. I am your host for the Chat Room, a platform dedicated to resolving daily life issue, a platform dedicated to education and informational purposes. Over here, it's our hope that we would bring about transformation to you, your home, and your family. Tonight we have with us our very doctor. It's not the first time she's been here. And I have with me my co-host as well. I'll have them introduce themselves and then we will get the session started. So, Dr. Ruby, please introduce yourself for me. You're on mute, but
So I just figured it out. All right, perfect. So so I am Dr. Ruby, nurse practitioner, jack of all trade, do every little bit of you know what, mental health, medical, wellness, you name it, I do it all. So I'm glad to be back today.
thank you for honoring our invitation. Anaya,
Hello. I hope I'm not going to have the same issue I did last week. Hi, everyone. My name is Yaa Sarpong. Thank you all for tuning in and welcome.
all right. So tonight, as we all know, this month is for our heart health for the chat room. And so we've been dealing with various topics. And tonight we're looking at how our eating habits actually can affect your heart health. And so that's why Dr. Ruby is here. So without wasting much time, Nana, I take over. Thank you.
Okay. So as Lady said, we are talking nutrition today, how we can, how the things that we put in our body basically can affect our heart and our body as a whole. So that's why we have Dr. Ruby here to help us, guide us in making better decisions and better choices when it comes to nutrition and just living a good, healthy life. So I'll just have her go ahead and start. You can start anywhere, Ruby. When
Start anywhere. Okay.
Yes.
When it comes to our heart health, I mean, it's not just the heart; it's just the entire body. And most oftentimes we're all eating to feed into a disease, not eat to prevent a disease. And that's one of the things that I really, really go around and preach about, because everything that we're putting inside our body, it's going to manifest into something else later. So most of the time we need to be very mindful of all the processed food that we're eating because it's everywhere. Like we don't have control of our food anymore because somebody else is in charge of what they're putting in the food. So that's hurting us a lot. And
Is it me or it's? I think she froze up, right? Did she freeze for
Okay,
you?
I was thinking
Comes to like,
she froze up. I was thinking it was me. Okay,
Okay.
I'm here.
No, go ahead. Then go ahead.
we couldn't hear
Are we
you.
good?
You cut off.
Are we good though? Are we good?
We are now.
Are we good? Yes. Okay. So yeah, so a lot of the times it's the food that we're choosing that is actually affecting us. And when it comes to heart health, it's all about processed food. So like I was saying, we're not in charge of our food anymore. We're not cooking our food anymore. We're tending to buy food outside. So anything that is packaged, anything that you have to rip, anything that you have to undo to take it out is man-made. It has been processed. So that means it's gone through something. Something has been added onto it. Okay. You're not getting it at its natural state or natural form because it's been refined. All this sugar that are being added onto food, all this food additives, all this sodium, all these chemical, that's what's killing us. That is what's killing us. And that is what is affecting us. Because a lot of times people are like, I don't put, sugar in my food. I don't put salt in my food, but you're getting it somewhere else. Even the season that we're using, think about it. There is chemical makeup in those seasoning. That is why it's better to use things like herbs, like ginger, the mint and other things to flavor your food instead of just going to, the Maggie cube and all these things because they have chemicals in there. It is a chemical that is killing us because how God designed the body to naturally digest things that the body knows. So if someone is sitting in a lab and, using the periodic table and coming up with some kind of concussion and calling it and labeling it as Splenda, calling it and labeling it as, seasoning, guess what? You are going to suffer from that versus you putting ginger, putting garlic and other things and making your own, seasoning. So these are some of the things that we need to watch out for. And I always say, if you can control what you eat, honestly, you're better off cooking it yourself versus buying it. But we live in a situation where or in a society where we're all up and about. So when you don't plan what you're going to eat, guess what? You're going to end up going to a fast food restaurant and what you're getting is processed. So it is man-made. Someone sat down to put preservatives in there. And those preservatives, a lot of us, even our stomach cannot even digest it. So you tend to see people have stomach problem. You tend to see people always complaining. My stomach hurt. I'm always feeling bloated. My blood pressure is up. I have headaches. These are all as a result of chemicals. That's it. Bottom line.
So let me ask you, going back to the seasonings, right? We're so used to put in like, seasoning salt and to the point, like the Maggie and those things. And those things have like a lot of MSG and other chemicals, right? But we've all heard, or maybe just me, but I've seen how Asians use a lot of MSG, right? But then somehow it seems like they're still healthy and, thriving and they don't have like all these diseases and things that like we're getting. So can you touch on that?
The
Have you
MSG part of the
noticed
food.
that? Like they're
That
literally
even
putting like
putting MSG makes
MSG in the food. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the MSG, I mean, bottom line, it doesn't matter what it is. The moment MSG hits the food, you've destroyed the whole food. So it tastes good. This is why people like food that is outside. I mean, people don't understand that these chemical makes the food sweeter. These chemicals, so when you go to some place where the food is authentic, you can tell the difference
You tell the difference.
immediately. Immediately.
Yep.
Yeah, you can tell the difference. And sometimes
Yeah.
because we're so used to our taste buds are so used to all these chemicals, when we go somewhere and they give us real food, we're like, oh, this
Don't
doesn't
taste
taste right.
Yep.
Yeah, you can tell
And it's with the
immediately.
kids too. It's the same thing with the
And the
kids.
kids
That's why
too.
they like
Right.
fast food.
That's why they like outside food because it tastes better. And remember that any chemical, it alters the brain. There's an alteration in the brain. So anything that alters the brain, you become more addicted to it. If it's giving pleasure to the brain and you are liking it, the chances are you will go for it more and more. So that's how addiction also works. You know, when you're eating sugar and you're eating bread, all these starchy things, guess what? It causes a sensation in the brain. There is a chemical in the brain that tends to gravitate towards that. So you cook home food and the kid doesn't like it. You go out and buy the McDonald's and they want it. You know, they want it. So bottom line, it's all about the chemicals. It's all about the sugar. It's all about the additive. It's all about the color that they're putting in these food. You know, so sometimes when you research some of the things that are in there, they're poison, but they're not going to kill you in one ingestion, it like in one taken. It's not going to kill you. So it's going to kill you at the long run if you're eating it every single day. So when I come on programs like this, I'm not trying to deter people from not eating, because if you have to go by every word that I say, honestly, none of us will eat.
You won't eat.
Know? Yeah, you won't eat. You will not eat because you will question everything. This is why I always say, if you can control most of what you put in your mouth, make it yourself. Don't buy it. There are times where you don't have a choice. You have to go out and buy it. But if you're not preparing ahead of time and you have to resort to eating out every single day, my friend, that is going to be a problem. You're not going to pay for it today. You pay for it 15, 20 years down the road. They're going to tell you you're hypertensive. They're going to tell you you are diabetic. They're going to tell you your cholesterol is up. They're going to tell you that you have cancer because you're eating from a can. You're eating from, you know, a package all the time.
The frozen section.
Yes. They have to put something in there to prolong the shelf life. So people that eat from cans all the time, honestly, research shows that those people sometimes end up having colon cancer, you know, as a result of overly processed food. It's linked to many cancer, many of them.
So how is this specifically affecting our heart?
How is it? I mean, everything. Remember, the heart is like the biggest machine. If the heart stops, it stops. You know, everything contributes to it. So when someone is eating diabetic, it's going to affect the heart. When someone has kidney problem, it's going to affect the heart. You know, so all of this, at the end of the day, the heart is the one that suffers the most. You know, because the heart is also a muscle. It pumps. So if your vessels, you know, the vessels in the heart, like our whole body, it's made up of a lot of vessels, arteries and veins. So these arteries, like, think about it, like they look like straws. Okay, there's a difference between a coffee straw and there's a difference between a Slurpee straw. Okay, the diameter, as you can see, the Slurpee, you want a bigger, you want it to be bigger. So when you suck it in, you're able to, right, you know, so you cannot put a coffee straw in a Slurpee because you're going to suffer a lot to even suck it out. So think about it this way. Everything that we're doing, it's either we're relaxing the heart vessels or we're constricting it. When I talk about constriction is like something that is tighter, okay? Like the coffee straw. So if you're eating and, you know, too much salt and other things, you're not exercising, and your vessels start looking like a coffee straw, you have a problem. Because remember, you need blood flow. There is so many things that you need to flow through those arteries. But most of the time, the food that we're eating, it's tightening it up. So when it's tightening it up, it's causing a lot of pressure. So those pressure is what causes our you know, the blood pressure to go even up. So you want your vessels to be dilated, like, you know, the Slurpee straw, you know, so blood can flow through, you know, it's much relaxed. But anything that is tight, the more tighter it is, the more pressure. So, you know, rubber hose, water hose, think about it. If you pinch it, you're going to have higher pressure. So a lot of the things that we're doing, it's causing our heart to go through a lot of stress. And the more you stress the heart, these are some of the things that happens. High blood pressure. You put too much stress on your heart starts overworking. You know, I think you have a question.
Yes, I'm loving the conversation. And each time we talk about health, I always say that regardless of how we see it, a lot of us are always guilty. And so that's why I was smiling. But there's a comment here, and that's why it made me laugh. Oh my goodness. So I'll project the comment, and then we can read it as well. So our father is watching from Germany. Okay, Dad, thank you for tuning in. I know it's probably super late there, but he's saying that the government allow, the government authority controlling food don't they detect these things?
They do. They do. Somebody also getting paid now.
Yeah.
So a lot
Yeah.
of the food industries, some of the things that they're doing. I mean, it's
So,
like in
so
America,
let's,
like this.
uh-huh.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Finish up. That's okay.
So, like in America, like this. I mean, think about it. It's not that they're catching on. That a lot of these, not that they're catching on. People are actually complaining.
Yeah.
They're supposed to label the food, basic ingredient. They're supposed to put all of that in there. Of course. But the thing is, some of these things, it's not like properly. I mean, they're not going after these companies. They're not. And it's now that, people are lobbying for this, research, marketing rules, all of these things are affecting us. They're affecting us because some of these people too, they are making all these research. A lot of the times when research comes out and the person that is behind the research is paying for the research, of course, it's going to be skewed.
Yeah.
The food industry, they know what they're doing. They know that it is wrong. They know, but reality is the government regulates the food enough to prevent poisoning.
Poisoning.
To prevent mass poisoning. So, things like, hey, things have been recalled because there is this,
Yeah.
and that. But they do not
It's
always.
not about it's the quick poisoning that they're regulating, but slow
Not
poisoning is fine.
Right. And that's the thing. The hidden sugar, because back in the day, what happened? They took away what is it called? The super size.
Yeah.
Super size.
Mhm.
Remember? Like super
Mhm.
size, when you add 10 cents, you go to the fast food restaurant, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
do you want to super size your food for just 10 cents? And who will say no to that?
Of course. Mm-hmm.
You're not going to say no to that. So ideally, you're supposed, like, let's say you're supposed to only consume 4 ounces of soda. And that naturally, as much as it's not healthy for you, that's okay. We're calling that moderation because not an everyday
Mhm.
thing, everyday
Yeah.
time that you're drinking. But now
Yeah.
you're in the line and you didn't even
That's
think
2
about it.
ounce.
Yes, now you have 42 ounces and you're going to
Yeah.
sit there because you paid for it. So you're going to finish it. You're going to drink it. So sometimes it's good to say no, but most of the time the temptation to say no is not there.
And
You
then
know,
and then also you think of it as it's only 10 cents.
it's only 10
But then
cent difference. So why not bump it up? Upgrade. This is not
Yeah, you're getting more for your money.
right. And this is not flying first class, second class, like upgrade.
No.
This is not it.
Mm-mm.
You're upgrading to your death.
you know
Okay.
what?
So the government needs to do a whole lot, honestly. It's now that, I
Yeah.
think I read somewhere that very soon they're removing certain things out of the food that we eat.
Yeah.
It's
Some
not
of
that
the
they don't know.
calories.
They
Some of
know
the
it.
food calories.
Yeah, they know it. They know it. Somebody said what is on the label is not what is in the packaging. That is very true too. So in America, we don't trust what we're eating. So you better be praying over your food every time you eat because only God knows what you're consuming.
But like you said, make your own food so you know what's in it because, geez.
You control what goes in it, even the oil.
But even the ingredients that you're putting in it, though, even when you're making it, the ingredients that you're putting in it.
It's much safer. It's honestly much safer
At
because
least you know exactly what you
know exactly what you're putting in there. So you always hear that they will tell you if you cannot pronounce the word, if it's like 13 letters, 14,
Don't eat
15
it.
letters, what you're eating is poison.
It's chemical, yeah.
It's all chemical. So one of the things that people should also do is when you're reading the food label, honestly, if it has too much ingredients in there, that's a problem. That in itself is a problem. You're buying applesauce and applesauce has 15 different things in there. You just need an apple.
blended.
Right, blended.
So why does an applesauce have to have
All kinds of
13 things in there? That means
Yeah.
it's not an applesauce anymore. It's something else.
Yeah.
The
Like milk.
other
You're
day
buying milk.
I went to Wegmans and I'm looking for almond butter. Okay, almond butter. And I flip every single almond that I pick up. It has so many things in there. So I'm like, is this an almond butter or is this something else? So it's almost like peanut butter. You have to just put the peanut and blend it and make it smooth and make your soup with it or make your butter. Because the almond butter or the peanut butter has 3 or 8 other ingredients in it. So that has altered the whole peanut butter or almond butter completely. So this is why I'm saying that the food industry here, it is totally a mess. A mess. The FDA knows about it. The government knows about it. You know, you pick up something from Europe and then you compare with America, even chips, like regular chips, regular ketchup. You know, it's not the same. So if you're eating European ketchup, you're going to spit it out. Because you're going to say this is nasty. Yes, it's nasty because it's authentic. They don't have all these chemicals in there. So the chemical, it has changed our taste buds. Nancy, your taste bud has changed. My taste bud has changed. So if we go anywhere else, it's not the same. You're not going to like the food.
But for me, I am intentionally, and I'm trying to, and also touch on this, you know, like how do you change your own mindset and then translate it to your family? Because where I am is, the difficult part is the children, right? Because they're so used to, even if you're trying at home, when they go to school, the stuff there is still not the best, you know? So they're still getting those things. Like, I don't buy like those snacks, chips, and those type of things. I do not buy them anymore, you know? So I'm trying to like incorporate stuff that I make at home, but it's limited. And then, you know, time consuming and just getting them to eat it.
Honestly, this is the mindset thing that you said is excellent. We have to think about food as medicine. Okay? If we start thinking food is not just something that you're eating for pleasure, but food is medicine. Every bite is building something healthier, or every bite is building something called a disease. That is why I started saying we're eating to prevent or we're eating to feed, because it's easy to feed high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, cancer. You know, most people eat based on cravings, based on comfort, based on stress relief, based on culture, based on convenience. Okay, that is where we come from. We only ate because we needed something to fill our tummy. We didn't think that food was medicine. We didn't think that food has like vitamins in there. We didn't think food has things that, you know, building muscle. We didn't think that way. So the mind shift is you have to. Will this meal serve the future version of me? Because disease does not show up overnight. I keep telling people. I keep telling them. So prevention always requires a future focus and a mindset. So you have to change your definition of what it means to be full. Many people think being full means your stomach is heavy, or you're sleepy, you're bloated, you can't breathe. You just had a Thanksgiving meal, you can't breathe, so now you're full. No, but real fullness should mean something that will satisfy you, give you enough energy, cause your blood sugar and everything else to be stable. So a heavy stomach is not satisfaction. It's called overload. And some of us have emotional relationship with food.
Yeah.
When we're stressed, we eat. When we're lonely, we eat. When we're sad, we eat. When we're angry, we eat. When we celebrate, we eat. So everything is about food.
Yeah.
So food is not my comfort. It is my fuel. So instead, find other comfort system. Walking, prayer, journaling, talking, music, rest. And stop seeing healthy eating as a punishment. You know, like I'm on a diet, like I'm punishing myself. People think, no. Where we come from, we were never taught. So this is the time that we have to teach our children that what you put inside you becomes you. You are what you eat. You hear that all the time. And I see people that are walking around. I call them skinny fat, because yet, you know, they're skinny and all, their inside is rotten. You know, they have high blood pressure. You have people that are skinny on 3 different blood pressure medicine, on cholesterol medicine. You look at their body fat, and your body fat is like, you're like, what? And they're skinny. You know, so it's not, health is not all about how you look too. Because someone that is skinny trust me, they're a walking, ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
They will fall and have a heart attack and die. And you're looking at them, you're like, that person looked healthy. No, I have people that are overweight. They are much healthier. Their blood pressure is low. Their A1C, they're not diabetic, pre-diabetic, no cholesterol problem. As a matter of fact, their HDL, which is their good cholesterol, is elevated. You know, there are people that are walking that are very, very healthy. So you can't judge a book by its cover. We know that. You can't judge someone being skinny and thinking that person is healthy. I've seen too many skinny people that are terribly unhealthy. Terrible.
You know, in this age and in this time, I think that self-control is what we really would need in this era. Because you talk about Starbucks, McDonald's, and the next thing you open your laptop or your cell phone, and these cookies
on your timeline
is on your timeline, right? And so I believe that self-control in this age and time is going to be an important thing for some of us.
But guess what? What you touched on, it usually happens when the person has not been diagnosed with kidney problem. You know, the other day I was sharing with someone, I'm like, I keep telling my cousin, like, stop this. You know, you've been told your blood pressure is high. You know, and then you ask them, especially where we come from, so what do you want me to eat now? What do you want me to eat now? You know,
there's nothing I can eat.
You know, there are so many alternatives. We just don't put that, you know, importance in looking for the alternatives. So guess what? Now she's sick. She's on dialysis. You know, she has high blood pressure, diabetes, and her kidney has failed. Because one of the things is, like, honestly, the heart, high blood pressure is one of the most, like if I should tell you the many people that end up having dialysis, it's usually from high blood pressure. Most of the people, it's something so easy to fix. You didn't fix it. So you ignored it.
It's not majority kidney disease.
I'm telling you, it will kill your kidney faster than anything else. So I've seen men, especially the men that don't pay attention to their blood pressure, you know, because where we come from, when you're on medication every day, that means you're a sick person. It means you're a sick person. Like, I have to tell them, think of it as taking vitamin. Let her be like, because our mind is like, you cannot take medicine without being sick. They prescribe medicine for you because you're sick. Your blood pressure, especially my men, black men, if you don't take care of your blood pressure, I've seen 34-year-old men, bodybuilder, muscle, six-pack on dialysis, all because he did not take care of the blood pressure problem.
They're just lifting and walking, nothing else.
It will kill your blood pressure. So now people will now have self-control when they know that they've been labeled with the disease. But it doesn't have to be that way. We can prevent it now.
No, but
wait.
You think
okay. By the time that you have to like try to reverse this, it's too late.
It's too late. And now my cousin is calling me. So what can I eat? It's too late. You know, because some of these things, ew, it's nasty. That don't look right. But people don't even give a chance to even try it. They look at it, they think about, you know, how can you call fufu quality fufu? You haven't even tried it.
Right? What's good about fufu? It's just our mindset. What's good about it? By the soup. So then drink the soup and leave the soup out.
No, but I think that, like she said earlier on, most of us didn't really understand what eating was back then. You know?
Yeah.
So then we think that fufu is just fufu. And I love my fufu. But
what do you love about it? By the soup. Drink the soup and leave the soup out.
Exactly. But there are other alternatives, as she's saying. So for me, if I'm gonna make fufu, I do the process myself with the cassava and the plantains, you know? So that, and with all these process thing that she's talking about, I mean, we all know it's the Maggies and what have you, but it's a habit, you know, and that hopefully we can break. That's why I was talking about self-control. Hopefully, not everyone wait till it's at the verge of, you know, losing their lives or whatever before they think of self-control. But I'm just saying that now I think that you need to make a decision for yourself. Okay, going forward, you know, what, because these things, that's the way of selling. You open your timeline and it's right there. So that's where I was coming from with self-control, deciding for yourself. And then one thing too, I think most of the times we don't look at our wants versus our needs. So now we want to channel our energy on, okay, is this good for me or not? Truthfully, and I said it here last week when we were talking, I was saying that for some time, eating veggies was very hard for me. Ruby, I'm just gonna be honest. I would have to put it in my soup. If I'm making jollof rice, I don't use tomato paste, so I use carrots and all of these and bell peppers and things like that for the stew for the jollof rice. And so it's soup, right? But then my husband would say that, how long do you guys cook these things? And at the end of the day, it's no longer, it's no longer it wouldn't serve its purpose.
The nutrition has been burned out.
Right. So I think that it's going to be a work in progress. Can we start to do better? Because obviously
it has to. And the moment you think about food as medicine, it has to change what you're putting into your mouth. It has to change you. Because remember the gari soakings and all of those things, the cocoa with what do they make the cocoa out of? Just what is it? The corn. And people feed this cocoa. Like, honestly, there's no nutrition in there. It's just you filling the baby's stomach up. So me, honestly, I never understood why people would say add cocoa to it, because it will here it is. It will make the baby full. But there is no nutritional substance to that at all. So giving your baby, I mean, we're diverting a little bit, but these are all cultural things. Put cocoa, add cocoa. Like, who does that? Because we've been taught.
Because of our background.
Yes.
Because of
our background. So that's what we've known.
Yes.
Yeah, where we're coming from.
We have to unlearn and learn. We have to unlearn all these things.
You did what you have to do to be
right.
full.
But the thing is,
because you don't have money to be eating like that.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, somebody said it depends on the cocoa. Yeah, but I'm talking about just the Ebro corn and just put it in, because that's what we've been taught. So we have to unlearn to learn that these kids that are growing up, they're going to be hypertensive in their 18, 20, diabetic 21 years old. But remember, diabetes was never discussed unless the person was 65 and above back in the day. Type 1 diabetes, you will never see a young person with type 1 diabetes. But now you have 18, 21-year-olds dying of heart attack. Why? Because they started eating bad early. So think about it. Your organ, when they live longer, they've been through a lot of stress. Like, let's say your heart. Your heart has been in 65 years. You have somebody whose heart has only beat 21 years. You can't tell me there is a comparison. There is not a comparison. So why are people dying of heart attacks at 21? There is a problem. It's all food. Yeah. So food is medicine.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question then. So moving forward, let's talk about, since we're talking about nutrition and how our eating habits affect our heart. So moving forward, what is really the right way to eat? Because I had I think she's a nutritionist or something like that in Canada that came on the chat room, and she said the amount of fufu you eat should be like this, like the size of So can we talk about that? Yeah, like the portion.
She's right. Me, honestly, I'm not the type of person that want to count how much grapes I'm eating or how much food, or I'm not going to measure. Just like a good cook doesn't measure ingredients. They kind of like eyeball it. And most of us, where we come from, we don't want to be doing all of that. But the white people, I mean, I'm saying white because I'm just saying Western culture. Most people will measure their food. They will count the amount of peanut, because you're supposed to count all these things. I was telling Nancy, I was sharing with your women's group the other day, when you look at the peanut, most of us will just put it in our palm and just, this is how we eat it. We scoop it, not thinking about it, because we know peanut is healthy. But if you look at the ingredient, if you flip and you look at, you are reading the label, it tells you 10 pieces of peanut is 230 calories. I'm just hypothetically saying. Per serving. So mind you, you sat there and you ate a quarter of the container. So that quarter of a container, if it has 200 pieces of peanut, go back and look at the serving. Okay, because the serving tells you 10 pieces is 230 calories. So you sat there and ate 3,000 calories without knowing. And every 3,500 calories is a 1 pound weight gain. So you sat there, and not only it's a snack,
gain a
but
pound
that
in
means
a moment.
that means you're going to eat. That means in the next 30 minutes, you're about to go eat your fufu. So you've already consumed 2,000, 3,000 calories with peanut, which is you just wasted all your calories right there. Are peanut good for you? Yes, it's good for you. So
In
let's go back to
moderation.
how to eat. How to eat is we need to flip. I'm just making it very simple. I'm not being scientifical or like I'm just trying to go with a normal person. Okay. Flip the script. The amount of carbs that you are eating, turn it into your protein. Okay. Make that your protein, because we will eat a whole bowl of jollof and one chicken wing. That is an error. Okay. Because all you ate was sugar, which was the rice. So carbs is sugar. However you slice it, I don't care what you're saying. Carb is sugar. Bread, tea bread, butter bread, croissant, pasta, rice, you name it, it's all sugar. Every fruit is a sugar. If you eat banana, pineapple, mango, whatever you're eating is sugar. So even though fruit are good for you, it's not good for everybody because it's loaded sugar. And people will say, well, it's natural sugar. Yeah, it's natural sugar, but it is sugar.
Yeah.
Honey is sugar. It's not good for everybody. Your system cannot handle that much sweetness. So even though it's good for you, it doesn't mean it's good for everyone. It's not all the same. Some of us, we are pre-diabetic or we're getting there. So the moment we start putting more of these, it makes us diabetic quicker. It will kill you faster. You'll be a diabetic by the time you turn 35. So how do you eat? You want to make sure your food has carb, it has protein, and it has fat. Okay? All three things. But most of the time, people don't even eat all three things. They sit there and they make, what is it called? Ice kinky. Let's say ice kinky. And you don't add peanut to it. All you are eating.
Come on.
The condensed milk and the nickel and the evaporated milk.
Come on.
Sorry.
I was getting ready to go get some ice cream after
Sorry.
this.
I just burst your bubble. I'm saying that we eat one way. If you are able to incorporate a good fat, which is like avocado, the peanut, the olives, okay, with a good protein, which is anything that is chicken, beef, lamb chop, tuna.
So what kind of protein can we add to ice kinky?
The protein, you can get it from peanut. Peanut has good fat
protein
in there.
powder. What is your take on protein powder?
Protein powder, it depends on it, because when you go to the store now, there is 1 million protein powder out there. How do you know which one is good? The way one, take it out completely. So anything that a nutritionist or a fitness nutritionist will recommend is what I'll go by. Because a lot of all that stuff,
you said?
Don't do whey. A lot of that stuff there, they are all marketing strategies, especially the protein bars. Most of them are trash. Most of them are trash, which is why we shouldn't always result in convenience. Because remember, anything that is shake and bake is not always good for you. So you can eat it once in a while. So anytime I come, this is a disclaimer. I'm not coming here to bash anybody's eating habit. I'm here to just point things out for us to be more aware and more conscious. That is the whole idea of these kind of presentation. Because if we go by what I'm saying, then we all should move to somewhere rural in Ghana, grow our own food, grow our own chicken, grow our own beef, and everything. But we are here. So we have to make the best of it. So how do you eat again? Like I said, protein, and you have your carb and you have your fat. If you have these three things, you're good. Make sure that your carb is a side dish. A side dish should be that container you put the ketchup in when you go to McDonald's. Like maybe 3 of that should be your carb. Yes, that little container. Like your side dish should be your carbs, but us, we have made the carbs our main dish.
Of course,
that is the problem. So I'm not here to let's be precise. Let's measure this. Oh, your fist, or your this, or your that. If it's quarter chicken you're going to eat, if you eat the whole quarter chicken, it's necessary, but most of are used.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm just projecting the comments. When you're done after this, I'll let. There's a question in there. We'll answer it. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm saying that if you make carbs your side dish, honestly, you can't go wrong.
Okay.
But we make the main dish our carb. So like I said, the jollof rice, you have scooped a nice jollof rice in the bowl. And usually the chicken is very small, the salad is very small, or the salad is artery clotting Ghanaian salad, loaded salad.
Ghana
And
salad.
it defeats the whole purpose of it being a salad. It's no more a salad, it's a meal. Okay?
Yeah.
So we need to learn how to limit ingredients too. Limit ingredients. One salad has 13 ingredients in it. Add day. Why? You have, I mean, some of the stuff are good. You have tomato, you have ketchup, you have corned beef, you have this. I mean, for the name of a salad, it's changed the whole trajectory of the salad. Now it's going to like clot your artery. So it's going to affect your heart. How do you eat again? Like I said, make sure you're not eating your carb first. Okay? Eating your carb first, it causes a disruption in your blood sugar. It does. I cannot go into that right now because we don't have a lot of time. That is when I'm talking about insulin resistant and why a lot of us carry weight in our bellies. So if you're somebody that carry weight in your belly, you're insulin resistant. I'm sorry. You should not be eating certain things that normal people eat because your body doesn't process sugar the natural way. So if you're not careful, you're going to be pre-diabetic. If you don't change it, you're going to be pre-diabetic. And some of us, I mean, there are certain things I don't even want to touch on it because if I touch on it, I'm opening a can of worm. People that work night shift, graveyard shift. I'm yet to see someone that has worked night shift 20, 30 years and not be diabetic. There is a stress component to it that releases all these cortisols in our system. You know, so I don't even want to go there. But these are all things. So all prevention, I mean, I'm not saying it can be a perfect thing, but we have to try.
Yeah.
So eat your protein first.
Eat your protein first. I don't want to get into the whole nitty-gritty about how it affects our blood sugar, you know, because the moment, and especially, let me just touch on this real quick. When it comes to fasting, this is why people fast and don't even see the benefit of fasting. We have spiritual fasting, we have physical fasting, okay? Intermittent fasting, most people are doing it for physical, benefit. And then we do the spiritual fast. So how in the world can a church call 21-day fast and then you step on the scale and you weigh the same amount, or you've actually gained 2 pounds, or you only lost 2 pounds? It's an error. Something is wrong. That's because when you broke your fast, all you went to was carbohydrate. That's all you went to. So that carb has caused a disruption in your blood sugar. So the benefit of what you were supposed to get, you're not going to gain it. So people will do intermittent fasting and lose weight. And somebody will do intermittent fasting and not see any result. It's supposed to be beneficial. So we break and we break wrong. Because all you're thinking is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you're going to eat all of that in the same sitting. And as a matter of fact, you're starting with something sweet. You're not starting gentle with a broth, chicken broth or something. You're not. You just go for the kill right there. Oh, somebody said 20 shifts.
You know what? I don't mean to cut you off, but let's answer her question. It's been on here for a while. She says that, what is your thoughts? It says, please, what are your thoughts on new dietary guidelines for kids in school?
What is that guideline?
What's the new guideline?
I mean, they are really, really trying, because
they're trying.
The new guideline is, I mean, the bottom line is they're trying to cut out sugar in the diet. Trying to limit the amount of sugar, with all this ADHD and all these things that are going on. So the new guideline is trying to limit, this is why some of them are even taking out all those vending machines out of, the schools and all these unhealthy things. So it's supposed to be a good thing because, the Obama era, Michelle Obama and all these people, they're saying that we're not feeding our kids properly. Yeah. We're not. Like all these things that we're feeding our kids, half of it, like honestly, cereal. I stopped feeding my kids cereal. It doesn't mean that I don't have cereal in my house, but cereal is straight up sugar. So now we are wondering why these kids are not focusing in school, because sugar is a drug. So that new dietary is trying to limit all these processed things, and it's trying to limit all these sugar component and all these chemical, because they're not being regulated. It's not. So it's supposed to be a good thing in the school system. It's supposed, and if that helps in the school system, it's going to be a benefit to all of us. It's going to be a benefit to all of us. So we really need to, like, whenever we hear things, let's research it. Let's learn about it. Because cereal is straight up sugar. So you might as well realize that you're eating sugar, plain sugar. So feed your kids protein. So what I do is, my kids, I don't care how tired I am. This is not for everybody. But I make sure my kids will eat eggs every day with avocado. Every day with avocado and maybe one fruit. Because their lunch, I'm not going to be able to control their lunch. I used to make their lunch, but it takes a lot out of me. You know, and then maybe dinner time, we're running to gymnastics, so we have to buy food, which is why I'm saying that we cannot all be perfect moms. We wish we can. So if there is 2 meals that you can control, do it. Do it.
So
Because
you're doing eggs and avocado and what else?
Eggs, I make scrambled eggs, and then I'll make avocado, and they have come to like it. They didn't like the texture.
Every morning?
Every morning.
What's your take on oatmeal?
Oatmeal is okay. It depends on the portion that you're eating too. But remember, it's all carb. And the instant oatmeal, shake and bake, you put in the microwave.
Not that one, like
the real one.
You know, the steel meal, those are fine. But the thing is, if you're going, don't put sugar in it. Put blueberries or something in there to make the sweetener.
For kids?
For kids, you'll be surprised. Especially the steel cut oatmeal, there is a difference. You know, there is a difference in the taste of it, even because it's real.
I'm thinking, Doc. You know what? Like Nanaya is saying, the kids are used to whatever it is that we give them, right?
Right.
And so in the home, let me just say that maybe not necessarily the bad one, but I go for the cereals and things like that. Now I'm learning to really cut out. First, I used to get these chips and things like that. Now I don't even remember when was the last time I bought chips.
Right.
If there's chip, maybe they got it from church or somewhere else.
Right.
So I'm really trying. And now I'm also trying limiting that fast food version. So now I'm trying to factor in veggies and things like that. Okay. I said last week that sometimes the children watches you too. My mom does, you don't eat it. Why are you telling me to eat it? So now I'm also putting myself in a place whereby I'm eating, trying to eat them so that they can also pick up. Right. So with that being said, it might sound like, oh, you know, this doesn't sound good, but I think it's a process. Like I used to buy the
like a gradual change here and there.
Yes, exactly.
My children hate to see me listening to any type of nutrition things anymore because they're like, oh God, not again.
No, but I think they will pick up. Because first they were used to the chips.
They have no choice. They have no choice. If that's what we have at home, that's what we have at home.
We have to model. We have to model everything. And if we don't model it, it becomes a problem. So they have to see you do it. And sometimes they will remind you, why are you telling me? And then you're doing otherwise. You know, our kids are very smart. They're very smart, but we have to teach them now. So like, it's a good thing. Don't bring it in the house, out of sight, out of mind. If they go out, fine, they can have it. But inside the house, be intentional about it. Be intentional about it.
How do you feel? What about agave as a sweetener?
You know, those, like I said, everybody's system is different. Okay, those are all sweet. Like, it's just like honey. Okay,
but is it any better? Because I think I read that it was low in glycemic index. Or
honestly, anything that has low glycemic index is okay. You know, because it doesn't cause a rapid, you know, sugar spike. Okay, but you still have to be very, very careful. So for me, I know myself. Yeah, I know myself. Okay, I keep getting distracted with a thing. I know myself. You know, I know that if I'm going to eat something for breakfast that it requires sugar, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to put a lot of sugar in it. So I refuse. If like those Hausa cocoa like this, oh, trust me, I will intentionally eat it and I'll put a lot of sugar in it. I'll put milk in it and put peanut in it, because if I'm eating it, let me enjoy it. And they will be like, maybe twice. Yeah, let me make it twice a year or 3 times a year. That's fine. I'm going to indulge in it. But it will not be my everyday breakfast, because those things require a lot of sugar. And for you to really enjoy it, it requires a lot of load in there. So things that will cause you, like Starbucks, somebody goes to Starbucks, you're starting your day with 700 calories already. And those are all empty calories.
Yes, so I mean,
you know, You have not eaten yet you are drinking 700 calories. And you're only supposed to get at least let's say 2,000 calories. You are done for the day. And that's only breakfast.
Not talking about the sodium.
The mindfulness. So it's all the mindfulness. And at the end of the day, you are not even moving. Yeah. You are sitting at your desk. For the whole week, you've only gone from car to house, grocery store. I mean, you're even ordering your groceries. You go there and it's already done for you to pick up. So, I mean, think about it.
They deliver it at home.
You know, Instacart, this, that. So we are really doing our body a disservice. You know, we are really, so if we are living in a generation, and what I tell people is, America, we will keep you alive longer. We will, because we will pump you with medicine. Yeah. But the quality of life is not the same. You have people that are 85 years old and they're still driving, and you have somebody who's 45 and they're bedridden at home.
Yeah.
So choose. Everything is a choice. At the end of the day, it's a choice. You make a choice now, you lay it when you're 65.
65. Let me read some comment, Doc. Thank you so much. I think this is so insightful as always. The chat room, the only platform over here. We are not insulting, we are not cursing, we are learning, educating, and I love it. Last week was amazing as well. I just seen Dr. James actually chime in. God bless you for tuning in. We have our sister Amy. Sister Amy, thank you for tuning in. Our daddy from Germany, Mr. Adrian.
Starbucks.
Thank you for tuning in. Everybody on YouTube, Adelaide, man. I think it's been an amazing discussion. Sis Roseman, you are welcome. Nurse practitioner, Miss Gloria, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you all. Listen, if you're just joining, please just click. All you need to do is a click. Click on the share button and then have somebody else benefit from this discussion. It's informative, interactive, and educative as always. We have with us Dr. Ruby here. Please, if you're loving the conversation and you want to get to in contact with her, please inbox us. We will definitely connect you with her. I've seen your videos, by the way. I'm like, oh my goodness, the workout. Oh my goodness,
she's motivating me. I'm trying, Ruby. I'm trying. I'm getting my exercise and my weight in.
Good. That's the whole intention. Because honestly, I'm a busy woman. Okay, I have 3 children. Yeah. I have a husband. I do church. You know, my kids are in gymnastics. Right now that I'm talking to you, I travel with my kids. My son trains 30 hours a day, and I always take him to training to and from. I have my own practice. So there is certain things that are non-negotiable. When it comes to your health, nothing should compete that. And I've made it my mind that 45 minutes a day, you're not going to cut me out. It is not. It is my thing. So I don't care if my kids are sick. I'm sorry. They should throw up. They should cover up. I'll go and I'll come back. Because the moment you negotiate what you're supposed to do with something else, because somebody calls you, you're supposed to be doing something, and then all of a sudden that phone call takes 30 minutes. Hey, let me call you back. Okay, go do what you're supposed to do. That is called non-negotiation. Because you have a date, you have a time. The same way you spend time with God, spend time for your body too. Because prayer will not help you. This is why you have people that pray and they still die from heart attack. It's called taking care of yourself. So prayer if I can do
it. Meet your maker. You make heaven, but how early depends on you.
Eating egg every day is good for you. Somebody's saying eating egg. There are so many myths. I mean,
he's asking.
I can't.
He's just asking because he's 70. He just turned 70 last year. And he's saying that is it okay for him? Okay.
It's good for you, but the point of the matter is, where is the egg? What kind of egg is it? Is it something that was chemically put? Like, there are so many wrong eggs that are out there. You know, in the ideal world, it would be nice for us to go where the farmers market are, so we can get those eggs that are laid. I have no excuse then, Ruby. Yes, you don't have any excuse, Lady Amy. You do not. You do not. Women, we are too lazy.
At home. She said, okay, like I do it in the basement. I put on YouTube.
Put it on.
That's what.
Put it on. So even Zumba. You can do Zumba at home. Who cares? Not everybody is meant to go to the gym. Me, I live in the gym 45 minutes. I don't do more than 45 minutes. I'm sorry. So nobody has any excuse. Nobody should have any excuse. I'm sorry. The egg, you can eat the egg. Make sure it's a good egg. It's coming from a good source. If it's coming from a good source, you can eat 4 or 5 eggs every day. Just be mindful of the yolk. The yolk is good for you. The nutrition is all in there, but too much of it, if you have cholesterol issue, just limit that. But egg white is excellent. You can eat egg white every day. You'll be okay. Put some avocado on it. Put some cheese on it. You're good to go. You don't even need the bread to go with it. Who said egg need bread? It is our culture that made it chibo.
The chibo may not complete without that bread.
Come on, you don't need the bread. The bread is just an excuse to make it fancy way. Yes. You don't eat it. Like if you eat 5 eggs omelette, you'll be full. You forget the bread.
Egg
white. You'll be full. You forget it.
There's a comment here on WhatsApp. Excuse me. It says that. So can you ask the doctor for me? Is it a combination of eating healthy and working, or is it one or the other?
Oh, it's the combination. And most of the time, it's more about what you eat. It's not even about the exercise part, because most people can go to the gym. I have people that I see, they've been going to the gym dedicatedly for 3 years, and there is no change in their body makeup. Something is wrong, because you can't out-eat a bad diet. You can't outwork a bad diet. So 80% is diet, 20% is exercise. So don't think that you can, oh no, it doesn't work that way. There is no magic. So you need to make sure you're eating well. And food is medicine. Hello. Got you.
Yes, Auntie Daddy, organic eggs are good. You can do
organic eggs are good. Please eat them. Eat them. My kids eat egg every single day. Every day with avocado.
But the thing is, the balance. Okay, so I understand what you're saying. Okay, so if they have oatmeal today, tomorrow they can have the eggs and the the avocado. Just the oatmeal, add some type of protein to it. Is that what you're saying?
Add protein to it because it's straight up sugar. So if you don't balance it and combine it with the protein, all you're getting is sugar. It causes a sugar spike.
A side of like egg whites, or
you can do that.
Like
yes,
scrambled eggs because they're kids. So
yes, yes. Some people even put peanut butter in there. I don't know how that tastes, but just make sure you don't eat carb alone. So never ever eat fruit alone. It's not good. It's not, because it will, if you're someone that is diabetic, it will cause a sugar spike. So always add some cheese to it. This is why when you go to those fancy places, you see all this cheese and all this nice, fruit, hummus and all these, there's a reason for that, because the protein becomes your cover up. It becomes your insurance. So it doesn't cause a sugar spike. The sugar spike over time is what causes pre-diabetes, because everything that goes up must come down. You don't want that. But one of these days, let me come and really explain what sugar is all about, because people don't have a good explanation about why carbs are not the greatest thing if we're overdoing it. We need it, but overdoing it is the problem. It's the problem. Yeah. Okay. So what you don't see going on in your body doesn't mean something is not going on. Something is going on. Something is brewing. So we need to be more conscious.
Anyways,
amen.
Over time.
Wow, can you believe it's 5 o'clock already? But we have some minutes. I just want us to take a quick break. We'll be right with you. You are listening to and watching Dr. Ruby right here in the chat room, alongside my co-host Yaa Sarpong. I am Lady Mary. Over here again is interactive, it's educative and informative, just as you are hearing right now. We'll take a quick commercial break, but on that note, you can take a quick second to click the share button. We'll be right with you.
Your life, your wahala, your breakthrough, idea. Welcome to the chat room.
This no be ordinary place. Now a solution they show face. Lady Mary, they lead the way. With guests we go blow your brain. Talk your matter, make we solve them. No judgment, just love and wisdom. We they discuss, we they learn. Every episode you go feel the burn. Oh, the chat room. Now here we they find a way. Oh,
We're back, everybody. So, Doc,
Yes.
I know during the conversation we drifted a little bit, then we try to get
Oh,
back
yeah.
on track and all that. But I think overall, it's an amazing conversation. But yes, you really do have to come back. I know your schedule is busy, but you have to come back and let's deal with this sugar issue and see.
Yeah.
But we'll try to schedule that another
Yeah,
time.
we need a better explanation because people don't see the effect of what it's doing inside our body. We really, really do. We really, really do. Because when you understand it, you become more conscious and more aware. But when you don't understand something, you don't care. You don't care. But the better we understand it, the more mindful we would be and be more aware when you're going to pick a donut, versus a hard-boiled egg.
We're talking about we touch a lot on sugar, right? We touch a lot on sugar. Touch a little bit on the fat aspect as well.
Fat?
Yeah.
Okay, so fat. A lot of the
like
fat
the good fat, because you say, you know how you were saying, if you're eating your meal, make sure that you have the carbs, you have the fat, you have the, so
like the protein
that we're supposed to eat, like, because usually when we're dieting or when we're trying to watch what we're eating, we're trying to steer away more from the fat, and not necessarily a whole lot of the carbs.
But the fat is also good. Avocado is a great one. Olives are good ones. All the nuts are great. The almonds, those are all good for all of us. So those are the fat that I want us to be more, into, like even the fish, like the what is it called? The salmon, the sardine, the mackerel, those are all good fat. So almonds, walnut, cashew, those are all, like the chia seed, the flax seed, pumpkin seed, sunflower seed, peanut, like all of those are all good fat. But remember that most of the time, things that are good for you, you don't need too much of it. You don't. So as much as they are great, they are very high calorie. So there is this man in Ghana, so sometimes you have to do an assessment on what people are eating. And I found out what his problem was. What his problem was he thought peanut was innocent. So he will binge eat peanut every single day. Is peanut good? Yes, it's good. But too much of it, like I'm telling you, it defeats the whole purpose. If you're going to sit there and eat the whole container in 3 days because you're in the office and you're in a meeting and all you keep doing is just popping it in, guess what? If you don't put a cap to it, you're going to sit there and be talking to someone. And by the time you realize, you've ate the whole container. So anything that is really, really good. So think about it. The fat, anything that is diluted or anything that is concentrated, you don't need much of it because it's great. The health benefit is fantastic. So you just need a little bit of it. And then the oil that we cook with, all these oil, they're terrible. Vegetable oil, deer oil, this oil, that oil, all those oil, they're causing inflammation in our system. They're all bad. Corn oil. Like, honestly, really? Just use avocado. Use your coconut oil. Those are the two main oil because they can stand high heat anyway. So any other oil, you don't really need it. It's all chemical. Like, who sits there and come up with vegetable oil? Like, what kind of vegetable made the oil? Like, honestly, they label it, and the innocent mind will say, "Oh, it's veggies.
It's vegetable. It's good. It's healthy.
It must be good for us." So
you
a lot of
the vegetable, but you fry with it.
Right, you fry with it. So most of the time, we need oil that has high heat to fry. So avocado is excellent. Coconut is excellent. There are other type of oil that are great, but majority of them in the store, they're all bad for you. Majority of them, they are all bad. They are all bad. So again, let me just say it again. I'm not saying that they are bad so you cannot use it. Okay, I'm saying if it's an everyday thing, that is a problem. That is a problem. So yeah, Miss Amy, use avocado, or you can try coconut.
She said nuts are good, but they cause you to break out.
Or the nut. So there are other types of oil too. You can corn oil, yeah. Those are.
I think she's talking about like peanuts, like eating the nuts for
Oh,
like
the
snacks.
nut. Okay, tree nut. Okay, some people have allergy. They
Some
have
people
something
get
called ghee
break
too.
up.
Ghee. What
Oh,
was the
But you
question?
know what I also figured out?
Mm-hmm.
How you know how there's like all this allergic breakouts and people being allergic to this, being allergic to this, being allergic to this. And back in the days, that was not the case. What I
That's
found out is they are allergic to the chemicals
chemical. It's
that
all
are
chemical. Yeah,
in the food.
yeah.
Not
yeah.
when somebody is allergic to peanuts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or allergic to milk. It's the chemicals that
It
are
Chemicals.
is.
in there that they're allergic to.
Yes. So bottom line, it's been man-made. So the
Yeah.
fruit, remember, if you're picking the fruit from the tree yourself, or going to the farmer's market, or going to the farm to pick the fruit, it is totally different from somebody being the intermediary before you get in the
Yeah,
food.
you
Because
get it.
guess
Yeah.
what? They're gonna put wax on it. It's gonna go on a truck. It's gonna go in a bin. They're gonna have to ship it from California all the way to Virginia. So there has been some kind of interruption.
Preservatives.
Somebody
Mhm.
has handled it.
Yeah,
So because of what? Shelf life. So
yeah.
all this chemical that they spray on it to make it look nice and plump so that Eve can go and bite the apple and it becomes pleasant. Yeah, all of that, it becomes chemical. So people are allergic to it because the spray, whatever they put around it. So I mean, how can somebody be allergic to apple? Seriously.
Yeah, yeah.
Like apple is like one of the innocent fruit. How can somebody be allergic to strawberry? God created strawberry. And you're telling
Chemicals.
me you're allergic to it. It's the
Yeah.
pesticide. It's all the things you're spraying it. It's part of the dirty dozen. So those things, don't ever, anything you're going to eat, the outside of it, you should make sure it's organic, because the more organic it is, the less pesticide. And you got to wash it
Yeah.
properly. You
Yeah.
got to wash it properly. So don't ever buy strawberry that is not organic. And also the stores too. And sometimes too, you don't even know what is organic anymore at this point in time.
Wow.
Um,
You know what? I don't know when you're coming back, but we have to talk and then see when you come back. I
No
like the
problem.
conversation.
No
Anything that causes you to really, think.
Mm-hmm.
Think about what you're doing. It's really important. And we want to live longer, because nowadays we ask questions. Why? I mean, people are just dying left and right. And, some of it could be as a result of
Oh,
not
yes.
having a proper handle of what the things we are eating. So if you're just tuning in, we have with us Dr. Ruby, and she's tuning in all the way from Virginia with us tonight. And here is the chat room. We want to remind you that we're coming back next Sunday. We'll have Dr. James here with us. Don't miss it. If you haven't followed us on pages, please do so. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you may be, LadyMary Boadu, or on YouTube, Gold Legacy Radio, so that you can have access to all of the discussions, amazing discussions happening here. So, Doc, can you give us your final words?
Final word. Food is medicine. If there's nothing take home from this, food is medicine. So don't eat to feed a disease in the next 10, 15 years when you can do something to prevent it now. And let's all be mindful. Let's all be mindful. That's it.
Food is medicine. Well, Nanaya, do you have anything to say?
Discipline. I think that's a hard thing to do, but it's necessary. Everything that you put your mind to, you will have to be disciplined to be able to do it, especially try to train your mind from what you've known all these years. I mean, we're trying to undo something that we've known all of our lives.
Yeah,
so it's
right.
going to be difficult, but we just have to be disciplined. And like Ruby said, if you're thinking about it in the aspect of it being medicine, feeding your body, making sure that you're preventing yourself from being sick, rather than actually feeding into you being sick. And we think a lot of times we say, oh, it's so expensive to eat well, it's so expensive to buy the organics, it's so expensive to do this. You know what's also expensive? Medicine and healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
That's super expensive. So you might as well prevent that, and just do what's good for you. And I mean, if you have a family, they depend on you. So just take care of yourself and do what you can. everything in moderation. Like she said, we're not trying to bust your bubble and say, don't party, don't do this, don't do this, you know? Like my husband would say, when he goes out, it's when he gets to drink soda. So he calls it social drinking. That's when he's able to social drink.
Yeah.
Because we're not buying it, you know? So, you know, do it when you go to parties and indulge, but make better choices in your homes.
Yeah. And then last thing that I wanted to say is that don't worry about wanting to stop like right now. It's a progress. It's going to be a process. So start where you are and gradually we will all get there. So hopefully we'll have a healthy eating habit in 2026.
Amen.
All right. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime.
We'll see you. Bye, everyone.
Your life, your wahala, your breakthrough, idea. Welcome to the chat room.
This no be ordinary place. Now a solution, they show face. Lady Mary, they lead the way. With guests we go blow your brain. Talk your matter, make we solve them. No judgment, just love and wisdom. We they discuss, we they learn. Every episode you go feel the burn. The chat room. Now here we define the way. The chat room.
Oh yes.
We go talk out clear, no delay. It's interactive, educative, informative, and unapologetic. The chat room.